Welcome to the Young Crones Cafe, where you can get a magic brew full of all sorts of information, both witchy and practical.
Grab a cup of coffee and join us. I'm Elizabeth, a wordsmith.
And I'm Dave, a modern-day sage.
We are going to talk about various witchcraft and life topics from a slightly more mature perspective, at least most of the time.
Thanks for joining us.
Here's a little something extra from the Young Crones Cafe to get you through until our next regularly scheduled podcast episode. Autumn Equinox is coming. In fact, it's on September 23rd this year. Some witches call it Mabon or Second Harvest and mark it as one of the 8 Sabbats that they celebrate. For us on the Bath, it's one of the 4 dates where the sun actually astronomically sets when it will occur. And it marks the calendar date for the beginning of each of the 4 seasons. So it's about to be fall. It is one of only 2 days in our year where the amount of daylight and night, the light and dark energies, in other words, are equal. And it's a reminder that the ideal of balance and how difficult it is to achieve most of the time. After all, there's only 2 days a year when the sun itself is in balance. And after today, the dark energy will begin its real climb to its peak of power at winter solstice. Today is a good time to think about the concept of balance again, and how important it is to learn how to walk between the worlds of the magical and the mundane without focusing too much on one or the other. Outside, the light is noticeably decreasing all of a sudden. If you're someone who's putting kids on buses in the morning or going out first thing, you find yourself getting up before sunrise at the moment. And all of us who are putting those kids on buses recognize it's dark out there in the morning again. For us, it is the midpoint of the times of Love Mass, where we annually take stock of what we believe and see where things have changed, grown, or no longer serve us in our practices. It is a harvest time for many, where we take stock of where we have grown and get rid of the stuff that doesn't serve us anymore, like the chaff or those inedible pieces of wheat. As we move forward deeper into the dark times of the year, where we focus on introspection and internal personal work, it helps to be aware of the slowing down of the light energy and work on embracing and enjoying the dark, for that is out of which rises all new creations. Today, maybe you can take a few moments to think about these things. What can you plan to learn about during the peak of darkness, where our focus naturally turns to more introspective pursuits? Where are you in balance in your life and practice today, and where are things spinning out of control around you? Remember, when you contemplate that ideal of balance, know that perfection is never achievable because we are human. However, today we are working towards becoming aware sooner when things tend to go sideways. Think about ways you can develop that awareness and what small changes you can make to bring this about. This is a time to take stock of what you have to survive through the dark times ahead. And today might be a really good time to contemplate and count your personal blessings for what you do have in your life and your practices. So however you choose to celebrate, it's fall. And it's a time to think in terms of what projects are we not going to complete that we may have started in the light time of year, and where do we need to focus our energies to finish them up before the dark truly comes into power. The leaves may be beginning to turn where you are. I hope so. I enjoy the fall season simply because of the brilliant colors that show up and remind me that the weather really is going to get cooler again. So however you celebrate, happy fall, y'all. Well, it looks like the coffee cups are empty for this week. We hope you join us again next Tuesday. But you can find us at our website, 2youngcrones.com. That's the number 2, Young Crones.
We'd love to have you join our growing online Discord community. Check out our new Patreon presence. Just look for Young Crones Cafe. Through Patreon, you'll be able to make it to our Discord. We are also Young Crones Cafe on Twitter and Facebook.
Until then, remember, we are witches who work with energies to effect change.
We are believers in both immanent and transcendent divine.
We are celebrants of the passage of the solar and lunar cycles.
We are hedge walkers who pass back and forth between the worlds of the magical and the mundane.
We are seekers of knowledge.
And we are walkers of a spiritual tradition we call the path.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.